The Speedify team went to the NAB New York, the National Association of Broadcasters Convention, where we launched the first official powered by Speedify device, the Miri X510 router. And we went live from the show to demonstrate the device in action. Here's how it went.
Hey, Alex. How's the show?
Thanks, Brian. Or should I say, welcome to National Association of Broadcasters New York. So, thanks for running the desk for me today. I'm here today with the nice folks from Miri Tech. They are launching a new powered by Speedify router. So we'll head over to their booth in a minute. But this is what we are live streaming to you through. It has 5G, and I've got a Verizon SIM card in there. It has 4G, and I have a T-Mobile SIM card in there. It supports pair and share. So Ryan's phone is contributing an Xfinity SIM card, which I guess should be the Verizon network. And my phone is contributing an AT&T SIM card. So hopefully this is coming out because we have a lot of cellular networks. Although it's really tough here, right? I mean, there's an awful lot of people using a lot of bandwidth in a very big building. So it is not the best place to stream from. But hey, that's why things like Speedify exist. Yeah, check out the crowd. It's a pretty good show. All right, so Daniel Paz was asking, can a router run Speedify? Thanks, man. I didn't tell him to ask that. So Miri, it's a cool new thing. All right. Pyro asks, please add double VPN for phones allowing me to exit out of my home with very fast fiber. Yeah, we'll see about that. I mean, obviously you can't run two VPNs at the same time due to limitations of iOS. We would allow it. But I think you're asking to be able to run a VPN server in your house or bypass. I think there's sort of a couple things you might mean. I think we have good things coming that you're going to like. So Daniel says that his last 16 hours live streaming, he upgraded to a dedicated server, and so far the difference is huge. That's interesting here, right? So for Speedify, you can get a dedicated server where we'll have one server just dedicated to you with at least a gig of bandwidth, and it can make a pretty big difference. All right. So he's asking, it's at Miri.tech, this router. It's the Miri X510. Went on sale last night, and they've been selling, believe it or not. Super exciting. It uses the same batteries as a Sony camera. So, this one's really focused at sort of AV professionals. But why don't we head over to their booth and talk to Ryan Brenneman. Lots of Ryans here. My entire team consists of Ryans today. It's awesome. So let's take the router. It is completely mobile. This live stream is going through this router. And we're going to need one more hand. Head through the show. Maybe see some other booths. If you guys see anything you want to see, we can check it out. Do. All right. We're in aisle 7, for those wondering. Booth 753. Past the people taking their selfies. I don't blame them. I've been there. All right. So here we are. Here we are. And there is the man. All right. Ryan Brenneman, you're on Speedify Live.
It's good to be with you.
So I told him just a tiny bit about how... Oh, yeah, I got to go back and forth here.
Okay, this is super awesome.
Yeah. So you want to tell us about the Miri router a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So the Miri router, we just announced this thing yesterday. Of course, early preview last week on office hours, right? But that was like unplanned, but here we are. Launched yesterday, and the people have been going bananas over this thing. This is a dual cellular bonded router. the first of its kind with Speedify built inside natively out of the box. So it has a 4G SIM, a 5G SIM. You also notice like the backside. And if you go to Miri.tech, there's diagrams of this, but it has 2 WAN, 2 LAN. The front has 2 USB ports. It's battery powered. You've had this thing on for a long time today so far, all day so far. And, look, we're still running 75% battery life left. These are hot swappable MPF batteries. The 5G is a 4x4 MIMO antenna configuration. 4G is a 2x2. Really robust solution. Wi-Fi in, Wi-Fi out. In the box itself, like inherently how people are going to use it, 7 total data connections. But when you add parent share with the app through the phones, that adds an additional 12. And that's a big differentiator inside a trade show.
Yes. So we have 2 extra connections. My phone and Ryan's phone that he's filming from are both parent sharing to this thing. So right now we have 4 different cellular connections. So I think it's working.
Well, and right behind us in the Magewell booth is we're running 2 SIMs, 2 hotspots, a mobile phone, and the venue's Wi-Fi. So we're at 6 data connections there. And we had just run a speed test a little bit ago. We're running about 148 down and 57 up. And so we have no internet problems. We're actually routing video from Las Vegas into this booth over SRT using the Miri router.
Nice. Daniel's asking if we'll run a speed test on this during this live stream, and I'm afraid the answer is no.
Okay, but I'll tell you what. Why don't we go over to ours and we'll run a speed test on the Miri over there. So let's do that. Hey, Roy, would it be possible if I could run a live speed test on the Miri router real quick?
Yes.
Okay, I'll hand this to Alex real quick. Okay, so here is the web interface. We'll go to the Speedify. So right now, I'm just going to come down here, and I'm going to hit start. So fun fact, you're actually seeing 2 phones paired into this. So let's start the live stream. And so we're watching this kind of ramp up right now.
Tethered cell phone.
So drum roll. Okay, so we're at 18 megabits down. And let's take a look at what the upload is.
Why matter? Why do you say that?
At this particular moment, we're looking at, here we keep going, 32 megabits up. So to answer your question, like obviously most of these networks are really challenging environments. And so we're able to stream right now, as I mentioned earlier, we're actually streaming a live feed from Las Vegas. Let me just turn off the graphics as people are doing some crazy things with tickers and stuff. This feed right now is coming to us from Las Vegas over the Miri router. So Alex, we were hitting about 20 down, and I forget what the upload is now at this point. But
Nice. All right, I got a bunch of questions for you from people. Daniel asks if he has a Speedify dedicated server. Will it work with the router?
yes, it will. So you log into your dashboard for Speedify. Whatever packages and plans that you have are instantly available on a router as well.
Nice. Let's see. Will it work with SIMs from any of the main providers?
Yes, it will. So you can load the SIM. Now, for our international customers, there may be a SIM out there that we haven't yet coded from, but they're Quactel modems, so they should just light right up with no problem.
All right. Pyro asks, is the IMEI configurable?
No. So, as terms of service for most carriers, you cannot adjust the IMEI. That is actually a break of terms of service. At this point, we do not offer that capability because this is a certified device, and we would not be able to certify it if we did it.
Right. And he asks, is the TTL configurable? And I'm pretty sure the answer there...
The answer, again, is no, not at this time, because, again, we don't want the box to be banned from networks. You and I have talked about that with Parent Share before. We report the proper TTYL because literally what can happen is they'll literally ban every single device of this type off the entire network for every carrier. You cannot mess with that. If they detect it, that would be very bad for everyone who's in the entire ecosystem.
All right. Can you have enough Ryans and Roys?
Well, we have two, maybe that's enough for the world.
And there's at least one Roy in the audience. All right, we're great here. Yeah, Pyro says amazing speeds in such a busy area. Steer asks, are you planning and supporting eSIMs?
So right now, the modules that are in this one are physical SIM cards. However, obviously, we're looking at eSIMs for the future with the newer modems.
Right. So there's 2 SIM slots, one that's for the 4G only, and one that's, we say for the 5G, but it's a 4G, 5G.
Correct, yeah.
Get physical cards.
Yes.
Nice. All right, this is exciting stuff.
Yeah, and so like the other question we get a lot too is like support for SIMs that can switch carrier as well, like multi-carrier SIMs. That support is coming as well. So we'll be able to support those SIM cards too.
That's awesome. Those things seem really cool.
They are super cool. We've been dreaming a lot about like, what if you could load up 2 multi-carrier SIMs and they knew not to use the same network?
Yeah.
And it would basically select it based on the best available.
Yeah.
We're dreaming.
And only have one wander off looking for the best network and make sure the other one's connected, and, right? And you take turns doing that. Maybe not while you're in the middle of a live stream, right? I think integrating that together can do a lot of great things that nobody's ever done before.
Yeah, and that's what we're trying to go for, right? We're trying to go for first. So this is available right now. You can pre-order this. It ships early November. $16.95 is a cost, and then Speedify router plans run either $30 or $45 a month on a yearly subscription, but you can also do month-to-month subscriptions. 1 month you need more data, well, you can bump up for that month. 1 month you need dedicated server or maybe port forwarding. You can do that as well.
All right, Alan Wah asks, how does a multi-carrier SIM work?
Well, so a multi-carrier SIM typically has like a back-end system, and then you subscribe, and then you can select what network. Or some of those multi-carrier SIM providers actually will intelligently look for which is the best carrier to use in that area based on bandwidth and bands, and they'll make the switch for you automatically.
Nice. All right, people are posting the link. It's miri.tech.
Miri.tech.
And you can order it right now. Yeah.
Yes, so I should preface it. United States is where we're shipping to. We are expanding globally with distributors in other countries. If you go to miri.tech, you can give us your information. We just actually had somebody order 3 units last night from the UK. Nice. He wants them. And so we're lining up the distribution there. We'll get those, what we can in early November, ship within the United States. So
that's awesome. Thank you, Ryan.
Thanks for coming by.
All right. You guys get a sense of the show. I think I'm going to send it back to you, Brian, in the studio. Thanks so much for having me. I'm super excited about the Miri. I'm super excited about this show. I'm going to walk around and talk to people in meat space now. Thanks. See you online.
All right. See you, Alex. Thanks.
As you can see, the stream went on without one single glitch. The Miri router powered us through the whole thing in a huge convention center with thousands of people all trying to get online. Here's what we used. In the SIM slots of the router, we had Verizon for the 5G, we had T-Mobile for the 4G. We then used pair and share over the Wi-Fi to grab the cellular from an AT&T iPhone and an Xfinity iPhone for a total of 4 different cellular connections. Then we used a Zoom call on the phone that was filming to connect back to eCam in the studio where it showed up in a scene. For audio, we used Rode Go mics wirelessly connected to that same iPhone that had the Zoom running on it. The Miri router is available now on the Miri.tech website. It comes with 90 days of Speedify service. It is great for live streaming, as we just showed, and broadcasts, and especially if you're on the go and want reliable and secure connections. If you like this and you want to know more about Speedify on routers, check out our discussion with Ryan from MVD, because we go into all the details of the Miri router and how it can help improve your streaming experience.